Jang Ja Yeon, who is known for her role in Boys Over Flowers, passed away the same year in 2009 and left behind a lengthy document that revealed 31 names of high-profile personnel in the entertainment industry who had abused her. On March 7, 2009, Jang had complained to her sister about the overwhelming stress she was under, saying that she wanted. Having later been unable to reach her on the phone, Jang's sister returned to their shared home at 7:42 p.m. to find her body hanging from the stairway banister. A police investigation concluded that her passing was self-living and found no evidence of foul play. Jang is believed to have passed away at around 4:30 p.m. According to widespread South Korean entertainment news reports, it was believed that Jang claimed that her agent Kim Sung-hoon had regularly beaten her and forced her to sleep with a string of VIPs, including directors, media executives, and CEOs. Kim Sung-hoon, who was in Japan, denied the accusations. It was unconfirmed that Jang wrote a 7-page note listing at least 31 names of media executives, CEOs, and directors that she claimed she was forced into sleeping with. South Korean police have suppressed the full list. Over 40 police officers looked into Jang Ja Yeon's case for 4 months, and the prosecution office additionally assigned a special investigative team to the case. None of those who were named by Jang Ja Yeon were found guilty. The court ruled that Jang Ja Yeon's allegations lacked evidence. Only the CEO of Jang Ja Yeon's agency and Jang Ja Yeon's manager, Kim Sung-hoon, were indicted for violence and defamation. The CEO received 4 months in prison and 1 year of probation for physically abusing the actress. The manager received 1 year in prison, 2 years of probation, and 160 hours of community service for defaming the CEO. The public were very upset by this, and for many years they asked to re-investigate this case, but it almost 10 years for people's voices to be heard. In 2018, the #MeToo movement gained significant traction in Korea, drawing attention to abuse within the Korean entertainment industry. In light of this, many who remembered Jang Ja Yeon's case called for a reinvestigation. In February of 2018, a Blue House petition was started and signed over 230,000 times, urging the prosecution to reinvestigate her case. In response to the petition, the Blue House stated that the prosecution would be reviewing all aspects involved with the case, should it be selected for reinvestigation. By April 2018, the case was chosen as one of several cases to be reviewed for possible reinvestigation. On June 5, 2018, the South Korean Justice Ministry appointed the prosecution to reopen the case, just 2 months before its statute of limitations would expire. In March 2019, Dispatch released photos taken from CCTV videos during Jang Ja Yeon's final days. A week before her passing, Jang Ja Yeon met with a former manager of her former agency, Yoo Jang-ho, several times in the hopes that he would help her expose those who had wronged her. In August 2008, Yoo Jang-ho had left Jang Ja Yeon's agency, The Contents Entertainment, to create his own company, Hoya Spotainment. He had taken 2 actresses, Song Sun-mi and Lee Mi-suk, with him, but Jang Ja Yeon remained at The Contents Entertainment. Both actresses were mentioned in Jang Ja Yeon's document. Jang Ja Yeon and Yoo Jang-ho met on February 28 at his office in Songpa. This is where Jang Ja Yeon allegedly gave Yoo Jang-ho a pile of documents about her slavery contract. On March 1, 2009, Yoo Jang-ho took these documents to the MBC Drama Center in Ilsan. He met Lee Mi-suk here, who was filming her drama, East of Eden. In his police testimony, Yoo Jang-ho claimed he did not show the documents to Lee Mi-suk. Instead, he talked about Jang Ja Yeon's CEO, Kim Sung-hoon, and commented on the bad things Kim Sung-hoon was doing to his rookie actor. Lee Mi-suk advised Yoo Jang-ho to speak with the director, Jong Se-ho. About this, Jang wrote, "Yoo Jang-ho told me to come into his office because he had something to tell me. He said he's preparing a criminal investigation on Kim Jong-sun's CEO. He said if I wrote down everything that's happened to me, they guarantee my identity would be kept a secret, and they'll also release me from my contract. So, I went ahead and wrote the document." Jang Ja Yeon believed that her contract would be terminated, following the document that she wrote outlining everything that had happened to her. In March, Dispatch released 4 pages of this document that detail her abuse at the hands of her CEO, her feelings of powerlessness, and more. At the time of her passing, the document in which she detailed her abuse was believed to be her passing letter, but experts have since stated that this is not the case. Her family members suspect that Jang Ja Yeon may have been coerced or coached into writing what she wrote, in the way she wrote it. Older brother, the younger sister I know didn't know the format for these kinds of documents. She had never been to a police station before. Older sister, there were words and sentences that Jang Ja Yeon doesn't usually use. It feels like she was writing down what she was told to write. Older brother, I want to know why they said there was a suicide note in the interview. Yoo Jang-ho kept on saying that he wanted to kill Kim Sung-hoon. In 2009, the family wished for Jang Ja Yeon's passing and the scandal surrounding it to pass quietly. They demanded that the note be burned, and on March 12, 2009, Yoo Jang-ho pretended to follow the family's wishes and burned the original copy in front of the family. However, the next day, Jang Ja Yeon's suicide letter was on the news again. KBS 9 p.m. News ran an exclusive report on how they found the burned and blackened document outside of Yoo Jang-ho's office, in a trash bag. Dispatch was able to obtain the final text message Jang Ja Yeon received before she passed away. It was sent on March 7, 2009 at 3:34 p.m. It was 2 hours before Jang Ja Yeon passed away. I think you'll meet someone with me on Monday, March 9th. Please clear your schedule for the afternoon. Call me Monday morning. That someone referenced in the text messages was a producer, PD, for KBS, MBC, and SBS, Yoon Se-ho. Then Lee Mi-suk's messages about Jang Ja Yeon were released. When Lee Mi-suk left the Contents Entertainment in 2008, a year before her contract was up, the agency sued her for around $220,000 in damages. During this legal fight, a chat log was revealed showing Lee Mi-suk mentioning Jang Ja Yeon. The following is a conversation between Lee Mi-suk and producer Jang Se-ho. Lee Mi-suk, Jang Ja Yeon came to me crying and asked for a favor. She came after writing a document for Yoo Jang-ho. There's also something about how you and Jang Ja Yeon went golfing in Thailand together. Jang Se-ho PD, Lee Mi-suk, wouldn't you come golfing with me? How could you not come, after I've been gone for 10 years? Lee Mi-suk, the contents are shocking. The only person Kim Jong-sung is afraid of is you. Please scold him. Whether you have to break a hand or a foot, this cannot hit the floor. Yoo Jang-ho has the documents, meet him and listen to what he says. Lee Mi-suk's witness interview statement, however, conflicts with her above text messages to Jang Se-ho. Police, did you know Jang Ja Yeon? Lee Mi-suk, I did not know her in the past, I came to know of her name through this incident. Police, did you know that Jang Ja Yeon wrote the document? Lee Mi-suk, I didn't know. Police, did you know if Jang Ja Yeon wrote the document with Yoo Jang-ho? Lee Mi-suk, I don't know. Police, is there any truth that you received the documents from Yoo Jang-ho? Lee Mi-suk, there is none. Police, have you seen the contents of the documents? Lee Mi-suk, I have not seen them. Police, according to Jang Se-ho PD's statement, Jang Ja Yeon's completed documents were seen and Jang Se-ho knew of the contents, is this true? Lee Mi-suk, no. Jang Se-ho PD must have heard incorrectly. There is an urgent filming, so I'd appreciate if you could postpone the investigation until next Monday. Lee Mi-suk remained silent on this issue for 10 years, but in March 2019 she made a statement conveying her worries about speaking up and her willingness to take part in additional investigations. Hello, this is Lee Mi-suk. First of all, I'd like to apologize to you for causing you to worry due to these unfortunate circumstances. I'd like to carefully share my statement regarding reports related to late Jang Ja Yeon. I was careful about speaking up about late Jang Ja Yeon, who faced a tragic passing at such an early age, because I was worried that every word I say would be distorted into gossip rather than reveal the truth. I am also saddened by the passing of late Jang Ja Yeon. I am willing to participate in additional investigations if it is needed in the process of exposing the truth behind her passing. However, I believe the investigation should be one that will recover the reputation of the late actress and is approved by the citizens of Korea. I will do my best to make sure there isn't any misunderstandings or suspicions left regarding late Jang Ja Yeon's passing. Thank you. In June 2018, Yoon Ji-oh, a friend of Jang Ja Yeon who was an actress from the same entertainment company, shared her story with the public for the first time. She claimed to have witnessed Jang Ja Yeon being assaulted on the birthday of their agency's CEO. He, the assailant, pulled her, Jang Ja Yeon, from the table onto his lap and began harassing her. It was the first time I saw this happen with my own eyes. Yoon Ji-oh allegedly testified 13 times to the police and prosecution during the initial investigation, but her statement was rejected. She believes it was because the assailant has close ties to the prosecution. I thought it was weird that he trusted the assailant's words over mine. I was just over 20 years old at the time and didn't have the greatest sense of judgment, but even so, I felt that something was not right. It wasn't until later that I found out the man's, assailant's, spouse was a prosecutor. The prosecutor who was in charge of the 2009 case stated that the Yoon Ji-oh's testimonies were not accepted due to inconsistencies. He claimed that she had changed details of her testimony, including her description of the assailant. The prosecutor also admitted that Cho, the suspected assailant, was his acquaintance, but he denied any bias toward him. He is my acquaintance. But just because he is an acquaintance, do you think I would disregard the witness's testimony and defend him? That's absolutely absurd. On June 26, 2018, Cho was indicted for harassment charges. Charges against Cho had been dropped in the past, but the reinvestigation acknowledged the allegations. Despite her noble intentions, many commenters online have been leaving malicious comments, bashing Yoon Ji-oh and her character, claiming she had ulterior motives for speaking up about the case. Going public has put Yoon Ji-oh in a potentially dangerous situation that has her fearing for her life. This prompted her to post a psychological diagnosis she received on her official Instagram account. She shared that in order to receive her medical record certificate, she received an examination from a clinical psychologist which will have strong legal power in case anything happens to her. She feels it is necessary to take such measures because, in the past, 3 additional actors passed away due to unaliving themselves at the Contents Entertainment, the agency Yoon Ji-oh and Jang Ja Yeon were both signed to. Yoon Ji-oh claims that 2 of these people were ready to tell the truth about the case. I received the medical examination certificate that I mentioned on a recent broadcast. I received a 4-hour-long examination by a level 1 clinical psychologist and took a 3-hour-long questionnaire in order to receive the certificate, which will hold strong legal power in case anything happens. The reason why I did that is that among the actors that were under the CEO and agency that late Jang Ja Yeon and I were signed with, 3 additional people passed away in a similar manner in their own homes without leaving a will. In addition, 2 people who were ready to tell the truth also passed away due to unaliving themselves, and an investigator passed away from drowning in a fishing spot where the water wasn't even as high as his chest. On an episode of Every Detail, as well, Yoon Ji-oh gave her thoughts about statements made by Lee Mi-suk, who Yoon Ji-oh claims knew about what was happening to Jang Ja Yeon. She also mentioned more people who hold vital information about the case, and encouraged them to privately take part in the reinvestigation. She is one of them. There are 5 more people I know, not including Lee Mi-suk, who worked in the entertainment industry who were possibly closer to Jang Ja Yeon than I was. There are 5 people in addition to Lee Mi-suk who know what happened. Yoon Ji-oh was put under witness protection, however, police would not do their job. She explained that she had pressed the call button on the smartwatch given to her by the police, but she did not receive any form of reply for over 10 hours. For this, police apologized, but what that apology would do if something actually would have happened to her. Yoon Ji-oh then was accused of fraud, spreading corn, and accused on suspicion of defaming former representative of Liberty Korea Party Hong Joon-pyo. Another name that was mentioned in this case was the former TV Chosen CEO Bang Young-oh. He reportedly called and met with Jang Ja Yeon frequently before her passing, then had someone cover this connection up for him. One of Jang's good friends explained that Bang Young-oh was mentioned numerous times in Jang Ja Yeon's diary. Bang Young-oh stated that he only met Jang Ja Yeon for a brief period on one day and clarified that he did not call or see her privately. On the night of October 28, 2008, I received a call from an acquaintance and attended a gathering. As I found out later, Jang Ja Yeon was apparently at this gathering. I left after about an hour and went back home. I did not call or meet Ms. Jang before or after that day. TV Chosen released a statement denying all accusations and threatening to take legal action against media outlets that report false information. Reports claiming former CEO Bang Young-oh frequently contacted and met the late Jang Ja Yeon and covered up the case is not at all true. H&O, who were also mentioned in the reports, have claimed that they didn't say such things. We plan to take legal action against media outlets that reported false information based on inaccurate messages of a person who has been imprisoned on charges of fraud. The investigation finished, but barely anything came out of it. After the investigation, they stated that they are not sure if that list even exists, as in their words, only Yoon Ji-oh was claiming that it exists and had seen it. But before they claimed that the letter was written by Young's manager, as well. During that time, the Burning Sun scandal happened, and this case was overshadowed by it. There are so many different theories, so it's not clear what's the truth. By how the Korean police work and how many years have passed, it seems we will never know what has actually happened. What are your thoughts? Thank you for watching and see you next time.